back to Ignited. Welcome back to Ignited. I know it's been a while for those of you who follow me, and I'm not even going to give an apology. I just want you to consider yourself and then have some grace for me. Internet has been working. I have not forgot about you all, but there's a certain way that I want this to be done, and which is what I'm talking about now. When you work so much, you really can't measure up because you're not giving yourself that time to perfect whatever it is that is really important to you. So, are we doing the right thing? This is my suggestion. Instead of being so much in your head about whether or not you're doing the right thing, focus on being the best version of yourself. And I know you've heard this, but I need you to listen to me. Focusing on being the best version of yourself means that you may have to eliminate some things and people that do not work for you. When you focus on being your best self, now you have to look at where your time is going. What can you eliminate so that you have more time to work on that business that you want to start, work on that charity, write that book, work out a budget for yourself. In order for us to be successful in the things that we set out for, it takes time, y'all. Like, you can't just think about it and say, well, I'll work on it later. And you know how that happens. Later becomes never. You never do it. Or you talk yourself out of it. And then you don't have time. And the time you do have, you're falling asleep because your energy is shot. Are we doing the right thing? The last couple of days I've been talking to some people, and that question has been internal. Sometimes you can be in your head way too much, and it takes away from what you could be doing. Because even being in your head and overthinking, that is time that you never get back. Honestly, sometimes we're in our head way too much, and it's a waste of time. One thing for sure, you know that the life you're living right now, it doesn't work for you. And especially if you can look back a year from now and you were in this spot or a place similar. 2 years back, you were in this predicament or similar. A good way to look back and reflect is to take pictures and video. Why? Videos and pictures. Well, pictures say 1,000 words. Videos give you 4,000-5,000. Okay? Because it's literally taking you back like a movie. Personally, I take a lot of pictures and video. And when I look at pictures, I can remember where I was in the photo. What was I thinking? It takes you back just like a song. This is another analogy. Think about a song. When certain songs play on the radio, throwback songs, what happens? Nostalgia. It takes you back to your eighth grade dance. It takes you back to your high school love. Tell me I'm right. Certain songs, it brings back the same emotion that you had on picture day. Some of the same songs take you back to when you were being picked on. At the party you went to, the song was playing and you was trying to dance and they laughed you down because you weren't doing the dance right. So just like songs can evoke emotions, feelings, and memories of what was, so can pictures and videos. Some of you all need to look back. Somebody may say, well, internet, I don't take pictures and videos like that. That's cool. But you need to take out some time in your life, not just a day. You need to take out some time. And I'm talking to those of you who are asking yourself, am I doing the right thing? Those of you who feel overwhelmed with life, overstimulated, like you legit know that you're doing too much. And you know that, like, I can't do this for too much longer. I can't continue to work this many hours like this. And weekends too. I can't continue to do this. You know this. I'm talking to you. You need to reflect. You need to analyze. Why are you working like this? Why? Are you budgeting right? Are you spending every dime that you get? Because if you budget, you will find, depending on what you make now, depending on what you make, it's not what you make all the time, but it's what you spend. I overheard some ladies the other day talking about what they were going to order for lunch. And one chick said, I'm done, y'all. I'm not DoorDashing anymore. I've been spending so much money on DoorDash. And I can imagine. I DoorDash. Never have ordered DoorDash, but I went on the app to see how much it cost. And when I saw the cost, I said, oh, no, come on. I'm paying for the food to double or triple. What? And some people do that 3-4 days a week, getting food delivered to the job. Well, internet, I have to eat. You do, but you don't have to DoorDash. Why can't you budget? Why can't you prep your food the night before, the morning of, before you go to work? You see, we come up with excuses of why we can't get ourselves in a position of life being easier. Still talking about, am I doing the right thing? Still talking about that. There are some choices that we make and moves, our routine, and it's just off. And it's time to admit that there is something within the routine that needs to be tweaked because it's not working. Some people have literally let their second job go because they put a budget in motion. Some of you make enough money to survive off one job. Your issue is just budgeting. You were never taught. But there's this thing called YouTube. There's this thing called Google where you can type in what you want. It's people on here giving classes, giving tutorials, showing you the screen of how you can do it. There is no excuse why we can't get to where we need to be in life. It's too many experts out here. It's too many people who are unlicensed, but they're doing the work and they figure that out. It's working for their life and they're giving the advice. They're giving the tips. So, are we doing the right thing? My suggestion is, 1, get out of your head of asking, and it's time to move into solution mode. Number 2, stop and analyze your life and figure out where the loopholes are. If you're working too much and you feel overworked, it's time to ask yourself, why am I working like this? If it's for my lifestyle, where can I save? What can I eliminate? Is it eating out? Is it buying gifts? Is it the extra shopping? Is it buying name brand this, name brand? What is it? Is it constant loaning out money, giving money, trying to be a good friend? There is something that may be going on in your life that's preventing you from being able to be. When you're overworked, when you're overwhelmed, you can't be because you're in survival mode. If anything, you're going to be snappy, not getting enough sleep. And because your body's so overworked, you're restless. So you're laying down to sleep, but you can't sleep because your mind hasn't been able to properly shut down because you're thinking about the bills. You're thinking about your love life and how that's not working out. You're thinking about the stress that you have going on at work, how it's so much on your plate and you're doing more than what you're supposed to do. You didn't sign up for all of that, but you don't want to get on the bad side of your supervisor, so you pick your battles. You don't say anything, but at the same time, it's stressing you out. It's time, you all. In order for you to really be in the flow, some changes have to be made. Some feelings may get hurt. Some people may feel like you have let them down, bosses included. But just like they have a personal life, so do you. Because let's remember, we see this going on all around us. Jobs will make you feel like you are the only hope. Nevertheless, they won't pay you what you're worth. When you ask for a raise, they pretty much tell you to work harder, and will tell you when you're deserving of that raise. Nevertheless, if you cross the line, you're out. You're fired. When the same people cross the same lines and they get to keep their job. So understand that it's you. At the end of the day, it's you making the best choice for you. Are you doing the right thing? No. No, you're not. When you're being a people pleaser and you're putting the better part of yourself aside so that others can win, it's commendable sometimes in the right format. If these are your children and you are sacrificing for your children, okay, you're doing this for your spouse, for the betterment of the family, okay. There are some other exceptions. But if you're constantly taking the back seat so that others can be okay at the expense of you not having what you need, getting what you need, it's time for you to rework your schedule. It's time for you to start saying no. It's time for you to put some boundaries in place and stick with it. Your job will replace you tomorrow. Oh, I'm sorry. They'll place you today. They will. You can get fired today, and it's already a replacement in motion. So those of you who feel like I can't, my job. I'm not saying not to value it, because it's a blessing to have a job. However, there are some of you that have been called to something else, and you have something else going, but you're still hanging on to things that are keeping you away from what you really need to be doing, what you really need to have your focus on. Because once you really focus on it, you're going to take off. You're going to take off and you're going to be so high. Baby, you're going to be just like a plane. Once you get up so high, we can't even see you anymore. So am I doing the right thing? Only you can determine that. Analyze. Take a step back. Before we blame anyone, we have to look at the man or the woman in the mirror. Are we allowing this mess to go on? Are we allowing ourselves to stay in the hot seat? Are we allowing ourselves to be overworked? Because there is always a way of escape. Sometimes we just don't want to take that other route because we don't want to ask. We don't want to seem like we're in need. We don't want it to look like we don't know how to woman up or how to man up. But there's going to come a time in your life where that's the route that you have to take to kill the pride, because it's literally the way to get you to the pinnacle that you've been dreaming about. I hope I've said something that has ignited you in some way, shape, or form.